Day number 12 of Chicago Bears training camps in the books, and we have a lot to discuss. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears training camp update video, which I'll be giving you guys every single day this year during the offseason. So if you guys want all the updates on what's happening at Chicago Bears training camp, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel. Today, I'll be talking about day number 12 of camp. It's already almost been 2 weeks now. The first preseason game is only a couple days away, guys. This Saturday against our old friend Matt Nagy and the Kansas City Chiefs. It should be a lot of fun. A lot of players should be playing in that game. According to Coach Velus, he said that starters will play a good portion of the preseason because they need the reps, guys. Okay, nobody on our team besides maybe Robert Quinn deserves to take off these reps because we need them. Okay, we have a lot of young guys, a lot of guys that are going to have to gel on this team, and what better way to gel than to get preseason reps? I'll probably have a preview video out for that game. Not like a prediction video, but kind of like a preview video of what to look out for, because obviously we don't care about if we win this game or not, but we do care about how individual players like Justin Fields, like Braxton Jones, like Darnell Mooney, other receivers, how they perform in this game. So I will have a video out for you guys probably tomorrow or maybe on Friday. But putting that aside, guys, let's talk about practice today and what actually happened at practice. And according to all the reports I saw on Twitter, which usually Twitter can be a little bit varied in their opinions, but basically everybody agreed that Justin Fields, quarterback number 1, had a pretty strong day of practice. Perhaps his best day of practice up to this point. Looking accurate the entire day and not making many mistakes at all. So let's begin by talking about the play of the day. Okay, Justin Fields' best throw of the day. And this is a big boy NFL level throw. Okay, that the top quarterbacks, they're able to make throws like this. Okay, it's going outside the numbers to Isaiah Coulter, who Isaiah Coulter did not get much separation on this route. So he has a DB draped all over him. There's another DB right there as well. And Justin Fields fit the ball into a very tight window outside the numbers with the perfect timing as well. And like I mentioned, this was on the 2-minute drill. So time was running out here. They needed a big play. There didn't seem to be many guys open. I mean, Isaiah Coulter also was barely open here, but Justin Fields found him, delivered a very nice ball to him, and resulted in a big play, big chunk play for the offense, and they got in position to score on this drive, which love every single thing about this play, guys. I mean, this is the type of throws that Justin Fields will have to make on a consistent basis if he is to be viewed as being a top quarterback in the NFL. So amazing accuracy on that play. Later on, he also connected with Equanimous St. Brown, wide receiver number 2 right now on this offense. According to Chris Malpe, he said that there is a Justin Fields to St. Brown connection yet again. Fields threads the needle and hits St. Brown in a route near the sideline. The chains are moving. So his connection with St. Brown only continues to get better every single day. Okay, earlier on in camp, he did miss St. Brown on multiple throws, going down the field, multiple routes where he was open. But it seems like that, connection is a lot better at this point, okay, with more practice time, obviously, over the past few weeks. So good throw there to St. Brown. According to Nicholas Moriano and Will DeWitt, they also talked about another throw that he had to Isaiah Coulter. So Will said Justin Fields with a sweet anticipatory throw to Isaiah Coulter over the middle for the completion. Jalen Johnson in coverage. Moriano said really good throw from Justin Fields on the play. As soon as Coulter made his cut, Fields let the ball loose. Jalen Johnson had tight coverage on the play. So you kind of love a play like this, guys, because you're seeing good defense here by Jalen Johnson, but better offense by Justin Fields, okay, and Isaiah Coulter. He didn't have much separation there, but Justin Fields delivered a very nice ball, anticipating where he was about to make his cut, and that was another big chunk play for the offense. So there was a lot more chunk plays, guys, today on this offense. Okay, there were checkdowns, obviously, as well. Justin Fields did have to check down every so often, which, that's to be expected, but a lot more chunk plays than yesterday, and the passing offense actually looked pretty solid the entire day, okay? According to Clay Harbor, he said the Fields' first 2 series were nearly perfect. Ball was out quick. He looked downfield, but took the checkdowns when it was there. According to Will DeWitt again, he said that today was a very good day for Justin Fields at Bears camp. There were multiple throws that I would say were perfect. According to Thomas Loper, he said that more on Justin Fields. The drills are translating to the gameplay. QBs were working on a pocket presence drill, stepping. This works their balance and maneuverability. And it showed on the field today when Fields needed to backpedal to hit the RB on a swing route. So it's clear that even the drills that the QB coaches, that the offensive coordinators are running with Justin Fields, it has definitely resulted in a change to his mechanics, to his habits, and it's on display at Bears training camp every single day. Okay, Justin Fields seems way more comfortable going into year 2 than he was going into year 1, and that's partly because he actually has a coaching staff that believes in him and that is probably more competent than our last coaching staff actually was. And today, guys, Justin Fields was throwing to practice squad level or backup level guys. Okay, I'm not trying to disrespect these guys because obviously they had enough talent to get into the NFL, but these are not guys that are household names that, you know, fans around the country would know, like are present at camps for other teams. Okay, so today for a good portion of camp, Justin Fields was throwing to Daz Newsome, Nasimba Webster, and Isaiah Coulter. Okay, hardly a proven list of names and guys that are, you know, they're fighting to make the roster. Okay, but Justin Fields had a very good day going up against the first team defense with this trio of receivers, and also Darnell Mooney as well. But Darnell Mooney was kind of quiet today. I didn't really see many reports from him, but Komet was out, Velus Jones was out, Byron Pringle was out, N'Keal Harry was out. So many guys were out, but Justin Fields still put together a very strong performance at practice, which you absolutely love to see. Okay, this gives you a lot more faith going forward that he is the quarterback that we have all been looking for as Bears fans. So amazing practice by Justin Fields, and the offense as a whole looked pretty good for the entirety of practice. Okay, guys were blocking pretty well out there. The first team was, at least. Okay, we had rookie Braxton Jones not allowing a single sack today, not allowing much pressure at all, going up against Robert Quinn. So he handled Robert Quinn pretty handily today at practice. The other guys in the O-line also did pretty well for the most part. The receivers were not gaining that much separation, but I'm not too worried about that because these are not the receivers that will be playing on the Chicago Bears week 1, most likely. Okay, if they are, then we have a huge issue because that probably should not be happening. But again, guys, with the limited talent that we had, we still had a very good day of practice on the offense, mostly because of quarterback number 1. I do want to talk about the defense a little bit too, because rookie Dominique Robinson had himself a pretty strong day of practice. So according to Chris Malpe, he said that Robinson is looking very good in pass rushing drills. Late round selection out of Miami of Ohio is showing why he belongs. But then later, going up against Tevin Jenkins, Dominique Robinson completely destroyed him. Okay, so he swiped Jenkins' hands away and went right by him with his speed. But to Tevin Jenkins' credit, on the very next rep, he did go up against Travis Gibson and did a nice job of keeping Gibson in front of him. So Jenkins did rebound after this, but Dominique Robinson made him look silly on the initial 1v1. And this is very good news, guys, for the Chicago Bears pass rush, because a lot of people around the NFL view Dominique Robinson as being one of the biggest potential steals of the draft this year. Okay, a lot of people had a 3rd round grade on him because he has that level of raw upside athletically. Okay, he's a freak athlete and he just needs refining because he played receiver for the majority of his life. Okay, and quarterback as well. He only started playing defensive end like 2 years ago, and he did really good in college during the years that he did play defensive end. So a lot of stuff here to work with, guys, in Dominique Robinson. He doesn't necessarily have to start this year because, again, we have Robert Quinn, we have Travis Gibson in front of him. So there's no pressure on him to have to be great this year. But if he wants to break out and have a good season his rookie year, by all means, go ahead, because that'll be great for the Chicago Bears defense. He's been having a pretty solid camp, especially the last couple of days. But otherwise, I don't have much else to say about the Bears defense. You know, individual reports, they did have solid coverage for the most part. I mean, a lot of the plays that were allowed against the defense were tight window, tight coverage throws that Justin Fields just had better offense on than they played poor defense. Okay, so I think overall our DBs should be fine this year. I mean, I'm kind of worried about Kyler Gordon at this point because Kyler Gordon, our 2nd round pick, is not played in like almost a week now. So I don't know if he's like really hurt that bad or if they're just being cautious with him, but you hope he returns pretty soon because he needs these reps, guys. I mean, he is a rookie and he could benefit from this practice. But that is the defense, guys. Talking about N'Keal Harry now, okay, so Darnell Mooney actually provided us with a update on N'Keal Harry's injury because according to him, he knows the timeline for N'Keal Harry to return from his ankle injury, but he won't share with the public. But he did say that I'm happy about the timeline, meaning that he probably is going to return in the next few weeks, if I had to guess, before week 1, which would be pretty nice, okay, if he can get in some practices before week 1, because he still figures to be a part of this Bears receiving rotation, at least as of now. But again, you can't say anything for certain because Darnell Mooney didn't provide us with much information here. I don't know why the Bears would not provide us with more information if they had it, but regardless, guys, probably good news on N'Keal Harry. And then finally, I want to end the video by talking about the Roquan Smith situation, because today Ryan Poles fought back, okay, against Roquan Smith. Yesterday, Roquan Smith landed the first punch with his statement to the media where he, talked about how the Bears are taking advantage of him and like a bunch of other, stuff. But today, Ryan Poles landed the second punch, okay, because he took Roquan Smith off of the PUP list, meaning that he can be fined now for not attending practice. Okay, the Bears can choose to fine him, so they don't have to find him, but I'm assuming that this means that the Chicago Bears will be finding Roquan Smith if he does not choose to practice tomorrow. Okay, the goodwill that was there earlier, the Bears were not finding him earlier while they were negotiating. That goodwill is completely gone now, okay, because Roquan went public with his demands, and he did demand a trade too. So according to Patrick Finley, he said that per the CBA, the Bears can fine Roquan Smith $40,000 per missed practice and a whopping $540,000 per missed preseason game if they so choose. It's not league mandated, but I'm assuming, guys, they will be fining him, okay? Because why else would you take him off the PUP list? He wasn't injured to begin with, most likely. It was probably just a mechanism to keep him from getting fined. But Poles is not playing nice anymore, and I can understand why, okay? Because he got publicly called out by Roquan. When you get publicly called out, all niceness is basically off the table. And I do think this means a resolution is coming sometime soon, okay? Maybe in the next couple days, maybe in the next week. But either Roquan will be traded or he will get extended, which obviously I'm hoping for the second option, okay? It would be a much better scenario for us if we do extend the best player on our football team. But if he's just asking for way too much money and he's not willing to budge off of that, then I guess Ryan Poles might be trading him for hopefully a first-round pick, hopefully more than that. I mean, it would suck to lose such a good player like this, but the NFL is a business and stuff like this does happen in that business. But that is pretty much all the updates I have from camp today. I'll be back again with my reports tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, bear down.